guys gave me a dwarf, I would use a horrible accent all the time.
Oh, no, well, you're probably about to get it. Haha.
Want to make that clear. If you give me control of the dwarf, I'm gonna be like, well, I have all of the weapons here, and I can do the things. And it'd be some weird mash of like Scottish, Irish, like
Hell yeah.
just nothing about it would make sense. And I would commit to the accent horribly. So you might not want to give me control.
Right. I hear you.
Because the comment section is gonna rip me apart and I'm never gonna read it.
I got a friend from Ireland, and I fucking ask him questions about Scotland all the fucking time. I mean,
Just to piss them off.
yeah, they're like, oh, that the Scots or the Welsh. I get him confused with everybody. They're like, man, you got that dragon on your flag. It's pretty cool. He's like, no, that's the Welsh flag, and it's a wyvern. I go, see, you're an expert. And
welcome to Braunhaven. We'll be picking up where we left off last week. These guys have crossed the World River. They are in the extra-dimensional space, which is a Demiplane torn from the Fey realm, and they have journeyed across the river and are heading down the road. They opted to just not bother with the Sealy court. They're keeping their distance from the courts and are continuing down the road. Before we get started, we'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. Today, we would like to thank Speechless Bard. She makes leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rulebooks. She has a really cool dice rolling mat that looks like a spell scroll when it's rolled up, and she has these really cool dice trays and card holders. They're called the Spell Compendium. They look like a spell book, and when you open it, they have a space inside that's bifurcated for rolling dice or holding cards. And on the inside cover is a magnetic spell slot tracker. And she customizes all of these, and she does all the artwork and customization by hand. She's an amazingly talented artist. If you are going to order from her, I would highly recommend doing it early, especially with the holidays coming up. You're gonna want to start thinking about making those orders here pretty soon, because she is over across the pond and in the UK, and so it can take a little bit of time between the construction of the item and the customization and then shipping. It can take a while. So get those orders in early and as soon as possible. We also have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got t-shirts and buttons and hoodies and all manner of good stuff. One of the newest items on there is a Whiskey Rocks glass. We've got a beer stein, just a bunch of stuff. And 100% of the proceeds from that store goes directly back into the channel, and it helps us pay for the nitpicky things that come up every month. The little things like a Roll20 Pro subscription or Incarnate Pro subscription, which, as you can see, we use quite extensively for map making. It also helped pay for the Wondershare license that we use to make these videos. So if you want to help us make ends meet, go get yourself a hoodie and a Whiskey Rocks glass, and we appreciate everything you do for us. Two things Braunhaven related. So the Braunhaven Halloween sale is on now and will go through October 31st. And all PDF titles are 33% off. So if you are wanting to get some of the books, now is the time, because they're inexpensive. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it for the print on demands, but the PDFs are on sale. So go grab yourself some PDFs. And the work progresses on the next book, Stygian, the Land of Ice and Plunder. I am slow. Well, it's not, I guess it's not really slow. I am making pretty steady progress, but I am finishing up detailing a city in Stygian. There are only two major cities. And we'll be. Let's say I've got to finish up this city. I've got 2 other towns and 3 dungeons, and I think a wood elf encampment, and then I am ready to actually work on the actual adventure. So, it's coming. Hoping it'll be before Christmas. But I'm not going to give myself a deadline because I never keep this. But that is my hope. So it'll be before Christmas. So it is in the works. It's coming. So you guys opted to you camped for the night, and you opted to not take the road to the north to the Sealy Court, and you can move 4 of these hexes. Wait, these are, yes, 4 of these hexes.
All right. 1, 2, 4. Now, I have
We
a
see no
question.
benefit to going north. That could only end bad for us.
Right. I do have a question.
Yes.
If I were to cast haste on the party, toward the end of the day, would we get extra hexes?
Yes, because it would double your movement, so you could move another 4.
I want to do that.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And so I will not have my haste if we get in a fight here. But
So right here, there is 2 roads. One travels to the north. There is a little sign, and there is just a wood post with 2 signs on it, arrows, and one points to the north and says Svartalfheim, and one points to the south and says Elfheim. And
now,
you can see that the trail to the south, they're not roads, they're just little trails, but the trail to the south seems to be a lot more used.
I don't remember which one they were aiming for. I'm so sorry.
that Slothoheim, though, man, I think that sounds like it's got that dwarvish flavor to it. You know? Because all those Heims and shit were in the dwarven thing. That might be the way to go. Of course, Malachi speaks Elvish. So, is there anything, Are these more of an Elvish flair of names, or
Yes.
or
Yes.
all right?
The disappointment in your voice. when you said
Oh
that.
man, I was thinking, I was about to give you props on doing languages and really doing names, but now no, you fucked it up. Sorry.
And in fact, Svartalfheim in Elvish would translate to similar to Dark Elf.
Yeah.
Oh. You want to mess with that at all?
Do we want to? I mean, we don't even know if this wizard motherfucker is an elf or a human or nothing. We've never.
Okay.
Right, we've never been, as far as I'm aware, we've not been told this. It probably would have been smart to figure that the fuck out before we started really, leaving the dimension.
Yeah, you know that Tasadantilis is human, but you also know that he is a avatar of the known gods, and it is said that the Council of 12 Elder Gods, each member placed a spark of their divinity into him when he was born.
And why is he such a jerk? Like really?
Well, I mean, he's still human, so he is flawed. I mean, he is known as the at least in the Braunhaven region, he is known as the preeminent um, Archmage. But I mean, He's still human, and basically what you've been learning is that he unlike what the tales tell, he's not infallible. It,
Mhm.
mistakes were made.
Sure. I mean, I'm not interested in chasing down more elves or other fae stuff until you know. I really want to go see this fucking wizard we've been trying to get to.
Okay.
That I mean, I'm not saying that's what we're gonna do. I support what the party as a consensus would say, but I mean, really, Malachi probably doesn't really care, but Borman is knowing that our bags of holding are starting to get kind of plump, and we need to get the fuck out of here so we can empty them,
Right.
or we're gonna lose loot, and
So
that is a very serious problem.
right here, you see that there is a short, overgrown trail that leads just a ways to the north, and at the end, and you can see that this trail kind of ends in what looks like was once a town, but you can see that there are like burned out buildings here.
We investigate.
If we want to, we can. I'm not trying to say that we have to bypass every fucking thing. If either one of you want to go look at something, we'll go look. I'm not trying to deny you access to the map by any
No,
I mean,
means.
we
yeah, I didn't know if anybody else found it particularly interesting. I am also most interested in going and seeing the main part
I mean, we're on
of
the
this
yellow brick
area.
road.
Okay, so
Yes,
you want to just continue on to find Tasadantilis?
I
That's what
think so.
we're trying to do.
part of me wants to see if there's like something that would help us. If like, cause do we have anything that would particularly help us if we run into him right now, or are we just going with our base gear and hoping and praying?
We are going to depend on the choke, spell, and silence.
Maybe
Do
some
we
feminine
know
violence.
any lore that suggests that there's something that would help us if we run into Tasadantilis?
Well, I mean, your Tacidantilus isn't. I mean, from all the lore, I mean, he's not a bad guy.
Okay, so he's not who we're fighting.
No.
No,
You
he
know,
just fucked over all the people that lived in this land, but it doesn't necessarily mean he'll be mean. He teleported all of them, which is
uh,
pretty rude, but
if
it was in the service of doing something cool.
uh,
So
Hey, wait a
if
second. They
all
have
the
gold
gods
here, right?
Yes.
We could offload gear to them, sell some shit to them.
I mean, they don't have a lot of gold, but
Damn it! How do you derail my plan?
I
yeah. I
don't
mean,
teleport rich people.
yeah. I
we could
mean,
probably buy some gems. I bet Tassandantilus has gems we can buy.
Probably.
so traveling to you basically get to the end of this road, and it just not road. It's it's a dirt road. And at the end, you see rising from the forest is this idyllic manor that resembles almost a fairy tale like castle. And it.
Is it elvish architecture?
No.
Mm.
Huh? Oh, if they got dwarves here, it's on because we need one.
Gotta start charming people or dwarves if that
Yeah,
happens.
kill them and fucking reincarnate them until they come back as a dwarf. Oh, hell yeah. See, the big floaty banner above the castle lets us know that we're in the right place.
It's just hanging out there in the middle of space.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, we're here.
Borman will point it out. I mean, like, I knew we were on the right trail. Look at the banner up over the trees there.
Awesome.
Because we have to walk by the banner. No, we don't. It's floating. Well, no, it's just off to the side of the castle there. It's up in the trees.
There we go.
We should send the person with the lowest charisma to talk to him. So
Got
there were
8.
these. Oh, I was joking. Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Mavis is 5. All right.
That's right. Mavis
He's-
always beats Jackson.
Yeah.
I was like, Jackson 7. And then it's like, Mavis is 5. That's right.
There was these 2 priests, and they were in a wagon, and they were going down the road, and the wagon broke down, and the local authorities, kind of noticed them and said, well, we're looking for a couple of child molesters. And the first priest looks over at the second, and they both nod and said, "Yeah, we'll do it." Oh yeah.
I like there was some like recent settlement about that kind of stuff in California recently.
Oh hell yeah, they're settling. It was a huge settlement. I mean, it was some crazy like 800 million or some shit like that.
I feel like it happened.
Yeah, I went to Catholic church as a kid for a while. Yeah, they were always rotating priests in and out, and I was always like, "What the fuck? Why?" Like,
Yeah, now
yeah,
you
they
know.
always make an announcement and be like, "I'm going to Indiana," and you're like, "Okay, why? All right." And then this one's going to California, and it's just all the time. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Found
Yeah.
out what that was about, I guess.
Right. So
Well, they're fucked up.
towards the end of this road, you notice that there are a number of lampposts, and like the final 70 feet before it gets to the manor, and these lamps are lit, just like a little lantern at the top of a wooden post, and this trail ends at a set of double doors leading into the manor, and there is a little muddy path off that goes around the manor here that leads to the north and around the northeast side of the manor.
I think we should go knock on the big front door there.
Okay. I'm gonna have Mavis make Laura Marvelous and have
Okay.
her go knock.
Okay. Get your buff spells in.
Yeah, gotta put on your face and see if you can talk your way into or out of something. What am I gonna say? Do we want something? We want to know what this place is about. We're weary. We're travelers and we're weary. That's what we're going. Okay. It's true enough. I don't have to lie.
Okay.
Yeah, man in tights. Tights.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi would.
You're just going to go ahead and knock on the door then?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
I hope I don't die.
Trying to break and enter, I just don't think. I mean, if you knock on my
Yeah.
door and you want to talk, I mean, that's the time to talk. If you've already snuck in my house and you're in my living room, I mean,
I'm mad.
I'm skipping the talking phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time for talking is past.
Yeah.
The time for
Yeah,
shooting is now.
Yeah. It is. We're now rolling initiative, guy. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
What would you do if you broke in a house and you stumbled in the living room and this motherfucker goes, "Roll initiative, you son of a bitch"?
I would shout, disengage and run away.
So Alora knocks on these large double doors, and you wait a moment, and the doors you hear them click and open, and you see a ghost standing in front of you, and she looks like this.
Oh, she looks friendly. Nothing to fear here, friends.
I bet she makes meat pies.
Yeah, probably.
And she opens the door and she says, "Oh, visitors. We haven't had visitors in many years. My name is Esmerglenda. I am Master Tasadantilis's maid, I guess, assistant.
Housekeeper? Something like
Yeah,
that?
housekeeper. She basically runs the household for Master Maximilian. And she says, "Oh,
Oh,
please,
cool.
please, do come in, come in."
We
guess-
knocking on the door was the right move.
Maybe so. I guess we're going in.
Yeah,
Nobody
you can.
get poisoned.
So in this room,
Just all kind of as a big easy to.
yeah, you can move on in there.
All right, we're going in, I guess.
So these double doors are ornate French doors with stained glass panes that are centered on each one. And when you step in, there's this exquisite elven rug made of a rich purple with golden embroidery. And you see here and here that there are suits of armor that are standing there, and the rug is you can determine that the gold thread is actually real gold. Not There's not a lot of it, but and you see that there are a number of bookshelves around the room, and Esmerglenda tells you, she says, "Oh, I'm afraid Master Tasadantilis isn't seeing any visitors at the moment." She says, "Master Maximilian is not well at all. The wild magic of this accursed place has taken a toll on his faculties." And she shakes her head and she says, "Perhaps you can get through to him. I don't care if I'm trapped here, but you must find a way to rescue him from this damnable demiplane."
We have opened the gate.
"Oh, that is excellent news. You should be able to find Master Tasadantilis in his laboratory." And she points to the back of the hall. There's a set of doors here that leads off, and she says, "He spends almost all of his time in the laboratory, but I warn you, he is not himself."
Okay. Everybody be careful, I guess. Do we just head
Right.
straight in there?
Do you have any kind of, clericy goodness to do things like, mind or so healing, that kind of stuff?
Me? Or
Yeah. Mavis.
Oh,
I mean, Mavis is fucking. I mean,
Yes, she's the highest level character, isn't she?
I
yeah.
think so.
She's 8th, right? 9th?
Yeah.
So let's see. There is.
I have some scrolls. Fairy healing, miracle, cure potion, and a gem. Detect lies. Let's see what we have up here.
I was just, if he's been damaged due to magic blowback or anything. I mean, we might, if we have something we can do.
There is a
We
spell that would fix that, and I'm trying to remember.
I can uncurse him. I know that. If that's the problem.
Let's see. That's a really good question.
Also kind of depends on what's wrong with him.
Yeah, maybe not, but yeah.
It's a spell that I can do in theory, then
Oh, I remember. Yeah, no, I had to relook at this. I remember what's wrong with them.
but we
So,
You had
don't.
to
So
re-roll.
I mean, yeah, it depends. I mean, I thought that I had put in a treatise of magic and spells. I thought that I had put restore in, but I'm not seeing it, which is, and I remember working on it. I may have decided to not do it because restore is kind of a OP spell, to be honest.
Miracle Cure Potion's pretty OP too. I only got one of those though. So
Yeah,
Right.
well, I mean,
that
would do it too.
Seems like the time to use it, you know.
Yeah, that's weird. I thought I put it in. Maybe. Like I said, I remember
Does he have dementia?
working on it. But I do remember when I was working on this that restore or lesser restoration and restoration were they were a couple of spells that I found just to be a little problematic because they're so overpowered.
I mean, it's really rare that you deal with people that are mentally whacked from.
Right. Well, and that was one of the
It's not like real life.
yeah it's,
Yeah, where everybody's fucked.
right. Right. Oh no, I did put it in but it is a ritual. It's a 7th level ritual.
Uh,
Yeah.
you said, fine, you can have it, but it's going to cost you some time and effort.
Right.
Well, no, I mean, we have multiple casters though that can really make those 7th level rituals. I mean,
That
we've
is true.
we've got 3 people that could cast 3rd level spells. So
Right.
I mean, that's a 9th level ritual right there.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought the rituals were different. Okay, you guys have read a lot more about it than me.
So it the one the main casting class would have to be cleric. It is a permanent spell that you would touch the person. It does require 7,000 gold piece value of a holy symbol, holy water, oils of anointment, and a holy relic. Ritual casting time 42 turns. So it takes a while. But it will restore. This will restore 1 full level that has been lost due to energy drain. Well, here.
Wow.
Yeah,
We want that shit.
Yeah, like I said, it is the restore spells are quite OP. But for the most part, this came directly from AD&D First Edition. And
Well, because you have so much damn stuff that can take a level away from you.
That's what I'm saying.
oh,
Yeah.
undead are scary as shit.
So
If
you
I had
need to have
known that, we
something to
would have.
help that shit. Otherwise, it'd be like, screw this.
Right.
I would have done that for Alora if I'd known it was an option, but I didn't. I didn't research that much. I just thought it was rude.
Is it too late to do it to Alora?
No, she's like super behind on her. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you could do it.
Okay.
Wait, so even if you lost the level forever ago, you can get it back?
Yeah, it does. Let's see. Oh no, regaining this lost level through. Let's see. The casting of Restoration Ritual is taxing and will cause the casters involved to lose 1 level of experience. Regaining this lost level through rest for 2d10 days.
Okay.
There is a reverse. Hold on. Here, I'll just do this.
So, like, the people who cast it lose a level, and then they have to rest themselves just to get it back.
Right. They would get that level back in 2d10 days.
Thankfully, we're in like a time pocket where nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, now this might be the kind of place to do that kind of shit and not have to worry about stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get like 63,000 EXP to get back to where she was. That's how far back I am.
So there is a reverse of it where you can actually cause to drain one level experience from a single creature.
That's seems too evil to do. I don't know if I have. I have holy water and a symbol. I don't know if I have oil and a relic. So.
You have the stuff that can bring out the oil, and you have blessing and shit, right? That can make.
Is that how you make a relic? I don't know how you get a holy relic.
Oh well, I mean, if you
Uh,
need a holy relic, I might even have one in my bag of shit I got to deal with.
Maybe
You do have a holy relic.
I do. What is it?
You got it way back. The
the key to the safe.
Yes, the key to the vault was a holy relic.
So I got
We have
one.
that.
Do we lose that key if we?
It will be consumed.
Okay, so let's
The
see
key?
why that.
Yeah,
Let's see
we're not
if we
using
can,
that.
see if we can help us to save with something. But I want to
Well,
see
I'm
what
not
kind
giving
of
up the key
shape.
to the treasure. How dare you try and trick us into giving away our treasure?
We've only
well,
found one relic.
I mean,
All
if
right.
we if we got that ritual or we have the ability to do that ritual, it's still good to have it. We just need to get us a holy relic. We might have to make one with your holy cleric having ass.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
How do you make a relic?
You take some downtime and you put gold in
Oh
it.
shit! I
Yeah.
should have been doing
you,
that.
you take a couple days off, you spend some money, and then you end up with a holy relic. I mean, that's how it works, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You walk
Awesome.
up to this little dwarven dude that hangs out in our camp and he says enchantment, and when you give him money he goes enchantment.
So the doors leading into his laboratory are iron banded double doors, and they are locked.
Are there any traps that we should be worrying about?
I don't know. Are you gonna go up to the doors and check them?
No, I'm
You
asking
can
the
ask
ghost.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're asking Esmer Glenda.
Well, yeah. I mean,
She
she's told us dude is there. Well, is there anything we need to worry about? You know, are the doors going to explode? You know, I mean, you're wanting us to go talk to your guy. You know, don't send us in just not knowing nothing.
So she tells you that if you go to if for whatever reason, if you go to the master bedroom, you'll want to stay away from the rug.
Oh.
All right.
I happen to have a fancy rug
Borman.
for
Borman.
sale. You know, you know, how does Maximilian feel about a whore rug?
Every house needs a whore rug.
Every house needs a really good whore rug, you know.
So
We probably don't
besides
need
the
to.
room together.
Yeah, it was by a tiefling madam, you know. It was in her office. Gosh, hundreds of people face their death standing on this rug. Anyway, um, thank you for the information.
And Esmer Glenda, goes into the kitchen here, and as she leaves, she says that she's going to go and prepare some food for you. You must be hungry.
Aww.
Thank you.
I love Esmer Glenda.
Yeah, we have traveled a very far way to get here.
So what are you guys doing?
Um, I guess we're gonna go see what happens with this fucking wizard, right?
Yes. Let's see
Yeah.
how crazy he is.
So, like I
Yeah.
said, these doors are locked.
Are they really?
So you're gonna, so you, so Borman picks the lock, and are you just opening the doors and saying hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hoping everybody's kind of over here with me. But yeah. Open the door and Mr. Maximilian, sir.
So you do see that there is a frazzled old man standing in front of a workbench, and you see that the workbench is pretty tidy. It sits in the middle of the room. And on this, there is a closed potion case, a planar astrolabe, and the astrolabe is a perfect recreation of the demiplane that you are currently sitting on, and its connection in rotation around the Fey realm. and when the demiplane, and it shows when the demiplane will come close to the prime plane. You see that there is a back entrance here, and there's a number of shelves that hold beakers, tongs, picks, screwdrivers, a couple of hammers, and the bookshelf has a variety of different books and schematics and all manner of things. Sitting on the stairs over here, you see that there is a gray fairy cat that is kind of curled up on the stairs, and it perks up and looks at you and kind of starts like it's a little skittish. And and Maximilian Tasadantilis, now you have to remember he's been gone for a little over 200 years.
But time stops here.
Right. And he looks frazzled. His beard's going in every direction. His hair's a mess. And he's wearing just, some plain gray robes. And he looks up and he goes, "Who the devil are you?"
Oh, we are. We solved your puzzle and put the rod and the scepter back together and opened the porthole to come here. It's our understanding that you are our only hope.
And he says, oh. This is excellent news. This is excellent news. We can finally leave. And he says, come. We shall sit by the fire and have something to eat. And there's a fireplace out here and a little seating area that he leads you over to. And Esmerglenda brings food for you all, and tea
Great.
and all manner of good things. And he basically tells you, he says, I had predicted that Vuslux would be coming for me for quite some time, which is why I created this damnable place to begin with. But I had underestimated him. I believed him to be nothing more than a fellow practitioner of the arcane arts. Of that he is most certainly not. He is an archdevil, a fiend of the highest caliber, and beyond even my abilities to deal with at the moment. This is a very dangerous situation. I can only understand that Vuslux must have been roaming the world the entire time that I have been gone.
Not so much.
And everything is
Well,
fucked.
I mean, the Glaucian Empire has mandated that the Vuslux is the one true god, and that basically the Glaucian Empire has mandated that worship of Vuslux is the only true religion.
But we're wanting to install Alora as the new queen of the Braunhaven Empire, but it's and maybe restore some order to the land. It's kind of what we've been working on. But so far we have a ruined castle, and
I guess that does make Vuselix like the current god of the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the official mascot, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the big eye on the tower off in fucking Mordor, man. I mean, we got to go get him.
Yeah. And so when hearing about the what has transpired over the last 200 years. Tasadantilis says, "This is indeed terrible news. Vuslux will have surrounded himself with powerful minions. If he has entrenched himself, as soundly as you are saying, of more concern, I think, is what the true purpose of the demon plague actually was." So, if you remember, the demon plague, the realm or the Braunhaven region was hit by a plague that simply known as the demon plague, and it killed off 2/3 of the population. And people that weren't killed off, the survivors, ones that survived the plague, were terribly mutated. And Tasadantilis is concerned about what that actually was. And he says, "Devils gain power by collecting souls. If the plague killed off that many people, his power would be quite vast." And he has you guys follow him into his study over here in this tower, and he says, tells you, "Follow me to my study. I seek details on items that may help you or help us in our endeavor." And he kind of spends some time looking through this huge ancient tome, and he after flipping the pages several times, he says, "Ha! Here it is. There are 3 artifacts of the known gods left over from the War of the Heavens. According to this, there is a hammer of Janus named Donnerschlag, and it is rumored to be a Stagina, likely in the tomb of Damrazel, his archangel general. It gives no details as to where the tomb lies, but the tomb of one so enigmatic as Damrazel should draw attention of the locals. The second artifact is Octus's armor of the Raven. This is said to be held by the high elves of the Solvenus forest. It is unlikely that the elves of Derzwadalek will part with the armor. It will take the most diligent diplomacy to convince them of the threat that the known world faces from Vuslux."
I happen to be an excellent diplomat and convincing people to let me borrow their items for extended and long periods of time. The king of Drothamheim, allowed me to carouse myself in his vaults.
Yes.
There was a vampire vault, another one that I helped myself to a couple of things. I'm very, very experienced in that type of diplomacy.
And he tells you, he says, the final artifact would likely be the most difficult to obtain. It will be found in the tomb of St. Gloust, and that will be in the capital city of Glausheim, which is where, Vuslux and the Emperor currently sit. He says, it is known to be Gloust's sword itself. Oh boy, I'm going to screw this up because it's in Russian. Sivyatoy Klinak, a powerful weapon in the hands of a paladin. In addition to finding these artifacts, you'll need to gather forces to your cause. Vuslux will have vast forces at his disposal, and I suspect that the Emperor is a puppet ruler. We will need to be ready with an army of our own. While you are obtaining these artifacts and fostering the goodwill of the people, I will continue to research this demon plague in my own tower. We must not tarry. Hurry now, and return to my tower in the Imperial Port when you have these artifacts in your possession."
It doesn't seem that crazy to me. Do we still need help, or not really?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you guys, didn't just break and enter. You knocked, and bringing the news that you have opened the portal back to the Prime Plane has kind of helped
him a lot.
Yeah, kind of helped him get through his mental fog.
We fucked around and did that right.
Right.
That's what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that shit right. We do have an alliance with the fucking dwarves. So I mean, we already had that groundwork kind of laid out.
You've got the groundwork to gain an audience with the court of the king in Zlatoheim. I wouldn't say you have an alliance. You would have to still convince him that he needs to supply troops.
Right. He did say that he would support Alora being queen.
He did, yes.
Yeah. So that was something.
Yeah, you basically have phase 1
Yeah.
of that.
And right. And Tasadantilis returning to his tower. Hopefully, he has the might to bring stability and peace to the Imperial port. I mean, that would be pretty neat.
Yeah. So where would you like to go from here? I mean, he basically tells you got 3 places that you need to go. The closest to you would probably be the elves in Derswadalak, because the Salvanis Forest is closest to you. The second would be in the land of Stagina, and the last place, of course, is going to be the most difficult, which is Glaushine.
I think.
Well, we'll do the most difficult one last.
Yeah, I think
also
right now, we should spend the night here in Dude's Castle. I mean, this is the end of the day.
Yes.
And ask him if he can do something about his teleportation circles at his fucking tower.
Oh yes,
they're kind of dangerous.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'll be able to repair those. That'll be the first thing I need to do.
Yeah, we killed your assistant.
And he kind of waves that off. He was an idiot.
We actually killed him twice.
We did?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys accidentally stuck him in one of the coffins, not realizing that it would resurrect him as a mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And this one day, and we've gone and killed a person twice.
Yeah. There's another thing. The people that have been stuck on this astral plane or demiplane or however you want to label it, really want to be returned to their original place. They've been trapped here in limbo, and their existence is limited because of this. And if you're returning to your tower where all your study and everything is, we would like to tell you that our elvish friends from all around here would like to be set free and returned.
So he he tells you that the entire time that he's been here, he's been working to that, and but because of the wild magic effect of the demiplane, he's been unable to. It would be like trying to untie a knot from inside the knot. And so he's been unable to do that. But once he gets back to once he leaves here and gets to his tower, he'll be able to work towards that end, and will be able to, of course, deal with that problem. And he also explains that so he tells you that the wild magic effects can be quite dangerous, and which is he's been working for 200 years trying to do this. But when he first arrived and made his way to the manor, he was attacked by by a phase elf village, and in self-defense, he of course cast a spell, but the wild magic effect caused multiple explosions and more spells to go off, and that is the burned out village that you passed on the way here.
Would he like us to escort him back to the portal opening so he won't have to use his magic so much to defend himself?
That, yes, I would greatly appreciate that. And he basically he gets his traveling stuff together, and he in his backpack, sitting up on the top of his bedroll, or tucked into his bedroll, you see his familiar Piper the fairy cat sticking her head out, and he, as he is readying to leave, he tells Esmerglenda He says, Esmerglenda, I release you from service. You are able to move on to wherever it is that you wish to be. And she seems kind of sad about leaving his service, but she understands that the time has come that he must go and hopefully rid the known world of Vuslux and return this demiplane back to the Fey realm. And
Just out of
release the people.
curiosity,
Yeah.
would having a ghost in our party be a bad idea?
Well,
He just wants to bake cookies forever. He seems cool.
Yeah.
right.
Keep her at our place. She can hang out with us at our keep.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh.
She has mundane
And if
damage
we occasionally need
immunity.
someone to do some ghost touch on someone, I mean, yo.
Yeah, she can emanate an aura of fear. She does have a life-draining touch. Victim permanently loses 1d4 points of con. If reduced to 0, the victim dies. And
Yeah.
if they are killed in this way, they cannot be raised from the dead by any means short of a wish spell.
See? Like, hey, Esmeralda, you know?
She has the ability to possess people.
Holy shit.
Can be expelled from a possessed victim by dispel evil, or if the victim
What?
dies.
Right.
She's not evil.
And she
And
leave willingly.
no, she's lawful. And lawful ghosts may aid characters, leading them out of danger. So, are you wanting to invite her to join you guys at Castle Braun, or
Yes.
okay?
Welcome to. She wants to.
Yeah.
Who's that one chick?
We got the kobold lady.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They can have
Exactly.
friends.
Yeah, exactly. The kobold
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
is
who's
your
doing all the
chef.
cooking.
But yeah,
I'm so lonely.
yeah, I mean that's
You can
just more
possess her to teach her recipes.
good. But I mean she'll
And Zach, you can
also
learn how to bake.
and from
Mhm.
Castle Braunhaven, or Castle Braun, from there, we'll be coming through and reporting on the current events. So she can, she's wanting to see the end story and how this plays out. There's really not a better place to be hanging out than, our
That's
castle.
what
And
I
of course,
meant.
she'd be free to move on to her own way at any time. I mean, we're not trying to.
Yeah, she would accept that, and that way, she feels that not only because she's basically been Tasadantilis' personal chef for the last 300 years, and she
Right.
even has opted to remain by his side in death, and so she feels that this is just a furthering of assisting Maximilian in his endeavors by assisting you at Castle Braun.
And, I mean, it's being rebuilt. It's starting to get a nice collection of stuff. It's being
You
pretty
guys
cool.
just keep using the mirror to just keep dumping shit into the vault. Like,
Oh man, yeah. I was kind of disappointed that Tess Daedalus didn't want to buy my horror rug, but we'll have opportunities. I can't sell it in the Imperial Port.
True.
so, give me 1 second. I need to turn on the AC.
So that's what we're gonna do, right? We're just gonna head on
We'll get
back.
the item.
Yeah. And, if we're gonna
Anything
go
here in
back,
this place we want to take with us? I mean, I feel like there'd be some awesome stuff in this place if we're leaving it.
yeah. Does this cool wizard have any shit that we can loot?
Let's see. What can he?
And by loot, we mean ask him to give to us since he's leaving too.
Yeah, if you're leaving and abandoning this place, I mean, are there things that you think would be useful to us that are not of use to you, that you could gift us?
Yes. He would be perfectly happy. So, back in this mud room, there's a rack with 2 swords on it.
Magic swords. Ha 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 ha.
Let's see here.
Love me some magic swords.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And we also learned that we got to come up with a fucking paladin. A dwarven
What would
paladin.
it take? Oh,
There are no dwarven paladins.
Oh, what?
Paladins can only be human or, I believe, dragonborn.
Okay. Well, as I said, we know we need to get a paladin in the mix. So, and we're
that's a
also
shame. My half orc can't become a paladin.
Nope.
and we're missing Jackson Samuel's pet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, where did that...
We were inside, so I figured that she was just hanging out outside, kicking it.
Yeah, where did...
I figured since we were on an indoor map, I wasn't going to worry about it.
Yeah.
Had combat ensued, I would have said something. I'm also looking
Okay.
at the fairy cat like a little bit forlorn because it reminds me of my fairy cat.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, awkward.
Also
That
at Braunhaven is the yard of retired pets where Willow is. Willow the war
Mhm.
dog.
I
Yeah.
remember Willow.
Yeah. Hey, we started going into places a little bit too dangerous for old Willow.
Mhm.
He'd saved our ass for a long time.
True.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He put down some hate.
Okay, so the first on this rack are two swords, a sword and a short sword. And he tells you that the sword is a Venger +2.
What is
It's
Avenger?
Avenger.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, shit.
So it tanks your initiative, but anything that attacks you, it automatically attacks back. Or you get to make an extra attack. An opponent that attacked you in melee.
So it's basically like
yeah.
attacks of opportunity against anybody who attacks you.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't limit you, is the thing.
Right. You get like
You may
unlimited
make
attacks of opportunity.
an extra attack with the sword against any opponent who attacked them in melee.
Right.
So does that mean
Anybody-
I guess any means any one you want.
Yeah, as long as they
Like, if you're
attack you,
getting
you can make
up
a
on-
revenge attack.
Yeah.
But you go
Okay.
last in initiative.
That's perfect.
Right. What is that?
If you're getting ganged up on, or you've got more than one person coming at you, that's the perfect weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a
So is
+2.
it,
Yeah.
would
that plus
it
two.
be for Gentry? It seems like he takes the most damage out of everybody.
Yeah, that's fine. What is the short sword?
It.
See what all the options are before we start assigning with people. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Because I mean,
Because I do
then you
feel
don't
like as
have to look
Peppermint
like
gets stronger, that's going to be useful for her.
if we could give it to Peppermint.
It is a.
Got to get a bit more hit P because she can't be a tank and get killed.
It is a
Oh.
9 lives stealer short sword +2.
9 lives.
Wow.
Peppermint, 9
Peppermint
lives.
is all
Just
about
for you.
that. Oh, man. You're 9 souls. Okay.
So once it is sucked up 9 souls, it becomes just a normal +2 sword. And
What does
it
it do with the
can't
souls?
It just keeps them.
Oh, so it's like
Mhm.
oh, so like it helps Peppermint get more lives. It just like an instant like death sword.
I mean, but if you think about it, I mean that is a great. I mean, we'll get the 9 souls in there, and that's got to be something great to fucking do some magic woo woo on to alter it to make that useful. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's got 9 souls sucked off into it, I mean, you got to be able to do some augmentation to that to make it a fucking badass artifact if you're willing to put the
Feel
magic
like
and the
you
money.
would think once it gets all 9 souls, it gets stronger.
Yeah.
It just turns to a normal +2 sword, it says.
Yeah,
It's just
but a
for
It just reverts back to it's like now that I have all 9 souls, I'm just normal. Like
Yeah,
not
no.
stronger.
Well, I mean, it's still a magic sword. It's still an +2 enchantment, but
yeah.
um,
All right.
It's like the sword
what?
that Katana uses in or not Katana, what's her name in
I
Marvel.
I
oh,
think
Psylocke.
Oh, not Psylocke. The one that has the mask with like the red. She's Japanese and she has the
Oh,
mask.
yes. Shit. From
Right?
Daredevil.
I think I
But her
think
soul does her sword does the
Gentry.
same thing. It sucks souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gentry is the smartest character to have that sort of vengeful thing because he's got the biggest punch. I mean, just his natural strength and the +5 or 6 or whatever the fuck he gets on damage. I mean, that's fucking insane. And if you give him more attacks, we as a party get more use out of that just because he hits so much harder than everybody else, and he is kind of the tanky tank. But I mean,
No, it
that's
makes sense.
just my thought on that. Is if we
No, I mean I like the idea of using that sword, and more attacks is better than like one really awesome attack. So like I'll have the broadsword for when it's just one-on-one fights, and when it's a lot of people, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take the initiative roll and
yeah, you can go sword and board, get that shield.
How much damage does a short sword do normally? Did it D6?
Yeah, it's D6.
Okay.
And the life
Yeah.
stealer, the +2, that 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 almost offsets for you not having, you know, and that's just the same as a regular longsword hit. I mean, it's just it does a little bit more damage than a non-magical longsword. So I mean, the short sword, and if you want to go two-handed with a dagger and a short sword, that's what you want.
For from the one of the shelves in his study, he tells Malachi, he says, I believe I have something for you.
So I gave Peppermint the short sword. I hope nobody cares. Is that okay?
Nope, totally fine with
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Fill it up.
Sweet. All
You
right.
need to, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
He gives this to Malachi.
Oh, that's badass. So, 1d8. Are you gonna roll it or am I?
You can roll it.
Yeah, thanks. So 13 pages.
Yep, 13 pages. Each page is a spell. I mean, that's 13 spells.
Yeah.
And these are all magic users spells. So there are 13 levels 1 through 5 magic user spells in here. And I'll let you pick the spells.
And I can cast them without using spell slots?
Yes, because you can read them directly from the book. Now, the thing about that, though, is so the owner, this is important. The owner gains the ability to cast the associated spells. Spells are level 1 through 5. Level and type are determined. I mean, like I said, I'll let you pick the spells. Turning to another page, the spell on the previous page disappears forever, and the owner loses the ability to cast it. Once all pages have been read, the book is empty.
Right.
So as long as you have that page bookmarked, and you can cast that spell as often as you want, but if you turn the page to cast another spell, that previous spell disappears.
You better make sure the one you use first is one you want to use a lot.
Right.
Let's all get real good and
Cast
hasted.
the spell on the last page read once per day. If the spell is one that the character would normally class according to the class and level, they can cast it 4 times a day?
Yes.
My God. Each
Damn.
time a spell is cast, there is a 1 in 6 chance of the spell disappearing from the pages of the book. The owner loses the ability to cast the spell and must turn another page. Okay. Storing the book, owner benefits from the book's power even if it's not on their person. That is a fucking powerful fucking thing, man.
Yes. Yes.
Only if you think hard before you use it. If you just like don't try, I'm sure you can kind of just fuck it up and waste it, but I bet you'll make good use of it.
Well, it just depends. You know, I'm kind of thinking because it's you turn to the next page. I don't want to. All I need to know is what the current spell is and how many pages I have, because I'm not looking at other pages. You know, I'm gonna look at the first page and see what the spell is.
He gives Jackson a decanter of endless wine.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is that what I think it is? Just literally endless wine forever?
Yeah.
Does it what kind of wine? Whatever I want?
It
Are we gonna have to do an intervention?
probably.
No, not
No.
until
I
not
don't
until
talking about. I don't have a drinking problem. You have
we're-
a not
Oh my
drinking
God.
problem.
we're going to fight demons from hell and stuff. You know, he's got to do something to take the edge off.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
fair
it
enough.
is a stoppered wine flask that and he tells you the command word, and it can it works exactly like a decanter of endless water. Is that in here? It is not. Wow. Yeah.
I have a question for old boy here. If someone were to say have uh, a magic item like a javelin, of seeking, but they didn't have the code word, you know,
Right.
can can he hook me up with fucking code word?
Probably not. But that can but that can be discovered by usually by he could probably research it. Yeah.
Yeah. Would perhaps in the few days that we're going, you know, back to your tower, you could you could tell me the code word for these 4 javelins of seeking. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would say he would be able to do that for you.
Thank you.
So this is the decanter of endless wine. It works exactly the same way.
Per round. Wow. A 5-foot high fountain of 5 gallons. Damn.
You could take a
That's a
shower
lot of
in
wine.
wine. 30 gallons per round, 20-foot long jet.
You could really make a lot of friends this way.
You can fucking, are you man enough to handle the geyser of wine? It is so much that people have been
in 4 turns.
Damage.
In 4 turns, he can fill a 10-foot cubic space with wine.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
I'm very popular at parties.
With the
Oh, yeah.
geyser, a 20-foot long jet of 30 gallons per round. You have to make a strength check, fucking, or you're gonna knock down, and it does 1d2 damage per hit. So I mean, you can just have people all line up like, "Are you the barbarian you think you are? Can you handle the wine geyser?" You know.
Now, I just want to know: is this like that cheap box wine, or is this like some decent quality?
No, this is like quality elven wine.
Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, dude has an infatuation with elves.
No, I have an infatuation with alcohol. It's getting twisted. Elves just make good wine. It's not about the elves, it's about the wine.
So yeah, what you do is you chain him in somebody's house, and he pulls the geyser out, right, and then casts silence on him, so he can't say the command word, and then permanent silence, and he's chained there, and he's just, the shit never stops, and eventually he drowns in the wine.
In the wine.
So it's a cursed item.
If you use it that way, yeah.
That's badass.
So that is the stuff that he can hand out. Hopefully, and he tells you, I hope these gifts will assist you in your endeavors.
They do. Thank you, sir.
So
That'd be asked.
you guys set back out to basically go back to the portal. Let me find.
We're stopping at the village to
Which village?
Alfenheim to
Oh.
tell them that we're gonna, that their time here is short, and they will, we're going back through to put this back in its rightful place.
I really feel like one of those two villages we didn't pass, we could get some stuff out of them if we tell them that we're putting things back to normal. Get a favor out of them.
We could go talk to them and do like a.
I just don't know if it's worth the risk.
So So there was the burned out village up here. There is the road sign to Svartalfheim here, and Alfheim here. And then, of course, there is the Sealy Court up here.
I don't want to go to the courts.
Me neither. We're avoiding the law.
Yeah, but the other elven village, that had a lot of traffic.
Mhm.
I mean,
Alfheim, or Alfheim.
Yeah, Alvin, why can't we stop there and try to spread the good news?
So he does warn you about Alfheim. Here. He says that Alfheim can be quite dangerous. It is a village of phase elves. He says if you know anything about phase elves, due to their dual nature, they may be in league with the Sealy or the Unsealy Court, depending on which phase they're in for that particular day. So I would recommend caution going there.
We're super popular there, aren't we?
No,
Is that what I'm thinking of?
No, you're
No, this
you're
is a new
popular
place.
with Alfenheim. This is
Alfenheim.
That's it.
Alfheim.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we've got. Yeah, I don't want to fuck with the fate. They're chaotic in their nature. They could hold multiple alignments. They're subject to. I mean, unless Gentry really needs to go there.
Nope.
Then I kind of don't think.
No. Gentry just has this weird gut feeling that we're missing something there. That's all. If
Probably,
we can override
but
that
we
gut
don't.
feeling for I'm fine with that.
And he tells you that Svartalfheim is an underground realm of the Drow, and he says that unlike the Drow of the Prime Plane, the Drow here do not worship the demon goddess Arachnia. They are more as they were originally before they were cast out of the Fey realm. And he tells you that the leader there of Svartalfheim is a woman named Threlana Quavith, and she's not a queen, and the Drow are not beholden to her, but they generally follow her lead.
I'm cool with stopping by there.
He does tell you that the Drow there were in an alliance with the Phase Spiders.
Oh. They might not like us because we killed all the face spiders.
We killed all the phase spiders.
Yeah, they're not gonna like us. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll skip that then.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
might
have
give
to
us more
shit.
shit in Alfenheim for telling them that, you know, they're being trapped here is probably going to end soon, and they should prepare for the realm to be returned.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm going to use the no, I'm not, because you'll make me roll for mishap.
So you guys come back to this. This should be interesting. So
Also, real quick, I rolled a 1d5, which I got 1, so that would be a level 1 spell, and then I took all the first level magic user spells, which was 29 of them, and I ended up with magic missile
nice.
as my first page.
Nice.
So because I have magic missile, I get 4 free magic missile casts a day.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's great.
Nice. So you return to Alfenheim, and you come walking into the village with Tasadantilis, and the townspeople are keeping their distance, and they have, just looking at Tasadantilis, they all have scowls on their faces. And Thasion Elderfrond, the town or the village mayor, kind of points at Tasadantilis and he says, "Why have you brought the Archmage here?"
Because we're passing through. He can't. He's been spending all this time holed up in his manor, trying to return this place to its original stuff. And he's been able to do it because of the wild magic aspect. So we're taking him to get him back to his tower, so he can return you to your realm.
So they are thrilled at that idea. They love that idea. But they, the towns or the village people are kind of gathering around, and the owner of the Lyrical Nutmeg Inn, Trislana Mistgaze, she yells out. She says, "Well, that is excellent news, but that doesn't change the fact of what he did, bringing us here in the first place." And Tasadantilis is apologizing. I apologize. I didn't realize what was going to happen when I did this. And they're ultimately very very thankful and excited by the idea of being able to go back to their plane and not being trapped here anymore. So beyond that, they will of course allow you to move on, and hopefully that will happen.
If he has anything to offer us that would help us on our journey, it would really help his own cause too, because we're going off to some very dangerous areas to try to make it so you can go home.
They don't really have much. Balin, the young man that runs the smithy, and the stable, has a +2 shield and +2 plate armor, plate mail, not full plate, but just like a breastplate, for any that he would be willing to give you guys.
Man, if he could outfit Buttercup in that shit, that would be amazing.
Buttercup.
Well, I mean,
It's +2.
+2 plate and a +2 shield. I mean, that puts your AC down in the negatives.
But she's using a two-handed sword, so she wouldn't be able to use the shield.
No, she's different now. She's got that soul-sucking short sword.
That's true. Hold on here.
My AC is 6 right now.
Let me
6?
look at
Oh,
half
shit.
orc. So, damn it.
I'm going to be using the bathroom.
Okay. So half orcs can't use plate.
Damn it.
She's proficient with leather, chainmail, and shield.
Hey, I'll take the shield. And
Yeah,
I'll put down
that would
a
drop your AC by 2.
Cool.
No, it would drop your AC by 3.
Oh, okay. Because
Because the shield normally drops it by 1, and this is a +2, so that's a total of 3.
all right. That's good news. It's probably not too much like this movie. I'll start marching towards the portal.
And that's really all they have that they'd be willing to part with.
Fair
That
enough.
helps a lot. I mean, we're just milking the rewards for all we can, you know?
Right.
As good, wholesome, kind-hearted, adventurers do.
Yes. And so,
Cool.
you move on and step back through the portal back to his tower, and now I got it. There. This works. Back to the tower, and he immediately sets out to, of course, to his first thing that he does is he goes about repairing the teleportation circles in the tower so that you can more readily get back and forth without getting hit by lightning and whatnot. And he tells you, now I need to bring up this map for y'all. So he tells you, he says, the obvious, the Imperial port is all the way over here. The closest way to go, of course, would be the Sylvanas Forest. And he tells you that before you leave to head for the Sylvanas Forest, he cautions you to not make it known that he is back at his tower, because we don't want that word to get out to Vuslax or the Emperor, because that, of course, will alert them, and that could ruin the element of surprise. You don't really want the Emperor and Vuslax to bring an army down on you.
Right. I would like to. All right. His his door. You know, when I trapped it, it sent me off to Smuggler's Cove.
Yes.
You know, can he send all of us to Smuggler's Cove?
He could certainly do that, yes.
If we all go to Smuggler's Cove and take that big pirate ship, it could get us to up the river to the Savannah's Forest. What I'm saying, and we have a fan
Well,
that
the Sylvanus isn't really on the river. It is here. This is a closer.
you go down the coastline and
So this is a closer,
right.
closer in view. The Sylvanus Forest is directly to the west of the Imperial Port.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
Or, I'm
about
sorry, directly to the east.
right, I was thinking about taking the ship and then going up in the river and going up in here and then walking
Oh,
up in the
okay. Yeah, there is the Indian River
yeah.
that travels north. That's a possibility. Yeah.
That's I'm just brainstorming here, but if we did that, then the old dwarven dude here in the Imperial Port guy or the sea guy, whatever, that wanted his pirate island back, you know, he might give us a crew or let to take us and drop us off there. You know, or if we just take the ship, all the treasure that we accumulate, we'll have a ship to store it on.
Well, okay. I see where you're going with this, but you also have the opportunity for two different ships. So there is, of course, the ship over on Smuggler's Cove that you were that you want to steal or put the Captain Thaddeus on the Pirate King throne in the fortress. That would be an opportunity as well. But there's another one, is that in the merchant district, you heard about a merchant guild that was there, that the Greenwater Merchant Guild, that has a ship. And you heard that
We are pretty wealthy.
You heard that it was up for sale. And of course, you also have the you had expressed interest in investigating Elkmere Manor in the High District because you want to see what Lady Elkmere is up to, because you had spied on her manor and saw that there was all of these zoned out slaves. Well, maybe not slaves, but the hobgoblins that have taken over the High District are all enthralled. So there was that too.
I want to find out how much the ship is because we have a lot of a lot of money and stuff to get rid of, and maybe this will kill two birds with one stone. What do you guys think?
So you want to check out the Merchant Guild?
I do, yeah. I want to see how much the ship costs, or see like if it's easier to just like buy a ship, or if murdering pirates is like worth doing.
Well, I'm thinking the pirate population has to be thinned out because I stole all their treasure. And I mean, there had to have been some infighting because of that.
That's true.
That could be,
yeah. So, I mean, that's all. I don't care if I ever go back to that fucking island again. I don't care if we get a boat, but taking a boat around next to the fucking Elven city, it gives us a base of operations. So buying the merchant one, if it, I'm cool with that too. That's the easier one probably.
We'll see.
Hold on.
Who knows?
Just a moment.
And are we wanting to go check out the manor in the High District with all the hobgoblins?
Maybe. Maybe next.
I'm
You could
open.
take Hobgoblin.
The thing is if Tasadantilis is wanting to keep, kind of a low key that he's back, changing the power structure too much here in this big court. I mean, in this big town. I mean, it's gonna get noticed.
Yep.
That's a good point.
But I mean, I'm all for changing power structures. I think that's a wonderful thing to do.
Not if it
If
fucks
they're
up the main player.
hobgoblins.
Yeah, I mean, we got hobgoblins and what I think is probably a vampire of some
Mhm.
sort. That's what I'm thinking. Something. Maybe a lich,
Could be.
God damn it.
Oh, you're trying to bring up the map of the merchant.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure people that are invisible are carrying our actual gold through the just you can't pickpocket what you can't see.
Okay. So you go to where you were originally told that this mercantile is, and you come up to a small building with a tower on one side of it or one corner of it that and there's a wood sign that pokes out, and there is on this wood sign what appears to be a ship on waves carved into it, and it says Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company. And there's just a plain door.
I guess
Well,
we're
take
going
it.
in. Yeah.
So opening this door, you see that there are a number of shelves, cabinets, and there's a chest. And it basically this entry area here is set up like a pretty much a typical general store. And you can see pretty much everything here is for sale, but you don't see anything particularly that looks promising. But yeah, no, you don't see anything that there is magical in nature, and you see that there is a fireplace over on the wall that is lit, and you see that there is a table and a what at one time must have been a nice upholstered chair, but the stuffing is kind of coming out of it. And behind it, you see that there behind the table, there on the wall, there's a chalkboard, and there's a list of names. And on one side, and there's a line drawn down. There's a list of names on one side, and on the other side, there is a list of quests that are that were available. Everything on the board, all the names and all the quests have been crossed out, and you don't see anybody in here. But there is a door to the north, at the back of the room.
I guess we'll go to the door on the north and bang on it.
Okay. So you bang on the door, and this door in the back kind of opens up, and you see that there is a drow, and he's dressed a lot like Borman. He's wearing black armor. He's got a black cloak with a hood up, and he looks and he says, "Oh, I wasn't aware that we had any guests." He says, "Welcome to Greenwater. My name is Rotari."
I think I had your 1600 model. Pretty good.
And you note that Rotari seems bored and depressed. I mean, not that
Oh.
you've really had any real interaction with Drow, but I mean, he's obviously a dark elf, but you don't really have any interaction. You haven't had any experience with Drow, but just to your eyes, he seems like he's down.
Well, what is wrong?
He says, "Oh, I've been stuck here on this plane for too long. This is not my home." And he says, I've been wanting to sell the business, and I don't care what Frida says."
It's Frida's problem.
Oh, she runs the company on the plane of existence that I'm from, and or is at least a founding member, and I'm not interested in running this franchise anymore.
Interesting.
I mean, we'd be happy to buy you out at a low rate.
Yeah, we're interested in. Was the ship come with the company?
Oh, yes.
Is it in good working order? And
It is. And he says, the technically the ship is on loan from the corporate office.
Where's the corporate office?
He says it's on another prime plane.
Oh, jeez.
He says, so, I mean, the good news is that you probably wouldn't have a whole lot of interaction with them since, it's on another prime plane. Although Frida is a fairly skilled spellcaster, so she could sometimes be making a visit. But I haven't seen her for years, and I've been stuck here. This is the contract that he brings up.
Personal use is not permitted. Okay, so if they catch us doing that, they're going to take all of our shit.
Right.
Okay, this is not such a good deal.
yeah,
Fuck.
I'm thinking for his time. Man, we'll just go steal the pirate ship.
Yeah, that's better than dealing with this crap. Let's
Yeah,
go kill some pirates. Time to murder our way out of this.
yeah. Well, thank you for your time. As we are trying to establish a kingdom, and we're not really wanting to be subjects of other controlling bodies. But we wish you well.
He says he looks even more downtrodden. He was like, I thought I was going to get to go home.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, bro. Didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Maybe during the next full moon, you should try clicking your heels together and saying 3 times, "There's no place like home."
Just might work.
Might work.
So you're
No.
you're wanting to head back to, so you're wanting to go back to Smuggler's Cove, right?
Yeah, we're wanting to go back to Smuggler's Cove and steal the ship.
So Tasadantilis can teleport you to Smuggler's Cove. You would, of course, need to find your own way back to the mainland from there.
That's what the big ship is for.
Okay.
Yes.
Where on Smuggler's Cove do you want him to teleport you? Well, he can teleport you to Pilotsville, where he can dump you. So this is Pilotsville. This is where the rest of you. This is the first time you guys have seen it. Let me find it. So he teleports you right here to this area where there is these beachside docks and there's this little shanty town set up with tents and whatnot, and there's these two large bonfires, and you guys kind of just pop into existence, and there's a number of pirates and smugglers and whatnot that are sitting around there eating, food meat that's been roasting on these fires, and they kind of all are kind of startled as you just suddenly pop into existence. And they kind of you can tell that these are lesser crew members, and one of them points at you with a haunch of deer meat, and he's like, "Oh wait, what are you doing here?"
I came to bring wine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
let's get that wine.
We heard you son of a bitches drink.
Oh yes, we do. We'll welcome some wine.
Well, gather around.
That's more than enough for the offer of wine. Kind of calms them down, and they all kind of gather around Jackson.
Let's yeah. We'll sit here and just we'll play the fake drink. You pour this shit in all their stuff and just keep them drinking until they all pass out.
Okay.
Just free drinks for everybody until they're all just passed out.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm non-stop drinking, just in I'm drinking with them occasionally.
So it takes you guys about 6 hours. These guys can seriously fucking drink, and it takes you about 6 hours. But yeah, they finally get so drunk they're either passed out or stumbling, and around the fires. There is a brothel here.
How does Peppermint feel about that? Yeah.
How do I what?
How does Peppermint feel about the brothel?
I don't know. It hasn't really been too long since I escaped mine, so I'm not really sure how I feel about all that. So if they're being mistreated, then I'm really against it. So.
The brothel is up here, and so they aren't really being mistreated. Most of the prostitutes here started as slaves, but the laws of Pilotsville are that they are to be freed after 1 year of service, and a lot of them generally end up staying or are enticed to stay. And the cost for a couple of hours for a prostitute is 2 gold pieces for a couple hours. And the freed girls get half of that. So that's kind of their enticement to stay.
So this is the deal that fucking the tiefling bitch was pretending to have, but it cost you your soul.
Right.
And then here it just cost you a little bit of
dignity.
Yeah.
And even the slave girls out of that 2 gold pieces still make 2 silver pieces per customer. So I don't know. It's not they don't treat them that bad here.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you're having a hard time freeing somebody like that. I'm like, they don't really want to go.
I think the way to approach this, is now that everybody's drunk, is we just kind of slip off to the side somewhere,
Okay.
and maybe around the corner to old fucking Phineas's tent,
Okay. Okay.
and yeah, because I have it real memorized and familiar with it, and
Right.
then I could borrow Alora's broom, turn invisible, and fly into the courtyard of the castle, go off to a corner, open a portal, and let the party come through.
Hmm. Okay.
Right?
So you're
That's
gonna
not a bad plan.
you're gonna use the mirror to allow people to come back through.
That's correct. I'm gonna open the portal, stick my head in, and go, "Come on, motherfuckers!" And they'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah."
Okay.
And then it is the Trojan horse principle in a weird way.
So this is Fort Weimar, and whoop,
Oh, you're gonna get rid of the other Borman?
yeah. And so this is Fort Weimar. Uh, dun, dun, dun. And so Borman turns invisible, uses the broom to fly up to the mountain fort, and you can see that up here there is to the well. I'll show you this other map. This map shows you a little bit better. So up here, this is Fort Weimar, and you can see that it's the main path for getting up here from Pilotsville is this like 3-foot wide, crumbling pathway, set of stairs that winds its way down the mountain. It's quite treacherous. To the east or to the west, you have a very good visual range of incoming ships, and that's what this fort was really designed to protect against. And to the east, you have a narrow field of vision from the fort, but you can see that the mouth of the Great River and the Imperial Port. And so up here, Borman brings you guys into the courtyard of this fort. Now this,
There's a little tent that if on the last thing where that Phineas guy was.
right.
Yeah, so I mean that's you I just kind of took y'all off into a quiet place in the woods to an old dirty tent and be like, let's all get inside the tent and be real quiet. Don't tell anybody. And then yeah. And then I gave them all candy.
So these two buildings are actually guardhouses. And they're like pretty basic 2-story houses that are like a barracks. This one has a retractable ramp that leads up to it that if the guards have to secure themselves inside the building, that they can pull this up and it makes it more difficult to get in. This building is a guest hall. Pirates don't really have a whole lot of guests, but it has a feast hall in it, and for entertaining. Originally was for entertaining important guests. This is stables. They have some horses. There is a gate that leads down on the east side of the mountain that you can take horses down, but there's not really a whole lot of use for horses because the terrain is rather rugged. So there's only a couple of horses in there. These these are watchtowers, And this, of course, is the um, Lord Commander's manor, whoever is in charge of the fort. And on each of these corners, there are catapults and ballista that are set up for to attack incoming ships that are deemed threats. In the center, this is a large stairwell that goes all the way down into the seaport cave below the fort. Is in the mountain itself, and there's a seaport in this cave, which is where Borman has been telling you. Now, let's see. Who can be invisible? Probably is. Dentry can be invisible, can't he?
Mm-hmm.
And it is getting to be, I mean, at this point, it's getting to be towards evening.
Yeah, that's what we wanted, though, was to kind of be on evening. I want to, Malachi. All right, I'm gonna cast a couple of spells.
Okay.
I'm going to cast invisibility on Peppermint,
Okay.
and then
Wait.
the next.
Peppermint can pretty much be invisible. Mavis is the one that really can't do any of it.
Yeah. I'm not done. And then I'm going to cast it on Mavis.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast it on myself, and I'm out of second level magic user spells.
Okay.
And then
that only leaves Mira.
Yeah, but I mean that's a sneaky cat beast. I mean, I'm thinking it's
true.
I'm out.
I don't think Mira would draw the same kind of attention that people would. They just be like, "Oh, there's a beast in the camp."
Yeah, and then they get ganked. But then all of a sudden, no, it's not just a beast. But now we're kind of able to do our thing. I'm also going to cast. Malachi is going to cast haste on everybody.
Okay.
So for the next 30 minutes, we're hasted. And so maybe, during this time, we should go remove the leadership of the place. But
we're just going to go assassinate people?
Just go up in the fucking Lord Manor's house and kill him and all his immediate things. And then, we can't take the pirate ship until we do take control of the castle or at least disable all the catapults.
Did I miss the part? I stepped away for a second. What happened when we were at the Greenwater Guild? Didn't we take their boat?
They didn't.
The contract was horrible.
Yeah, they decided not to. The contract was bad, and they decided not to purchase it.
So we got Tasadantilis to teleport us to Smuggler's Cove. And then you got drunk with everybody on the beach, right? With your wine, and then they all passed out. And then Borman turned invisible and flew with Alora's broom to the courtyard of the castle on Smuggler's Cove. And then I opened the portal through the mirror for everybody to step through.
Oh yeah, I was here for that part. I was like, I must have stepped away for a second. Like I did step away, but I didn't realize I missed that much about the guild. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, it was like a contract that basically said, they get some of our money, they can make us go do quests. It really took a lot. I mean,
if we use the boat for personal use, then they could come take everything we own, including the armor we're wearing. I was like, okay, never mind.
Oh well, yeah, no, that's.
I was gonna sign that. Yeah.
And
we're definitely going to use the boat for personal use.
Yeah, I had a stinking feeling that the moment that we signed the contract, all of a sudden some hard high level magic user in another plane shows up talking about I'm your boss.
Right.
Uh,
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
we've already got a main quest. So anyway, but that's what I think. I think we ought to go to the Lord Manor and fuck everybody up there, and then if the guards, I mean that in theory that takes out their heavy hitters.
They will not see this coming. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They'll
just
never see this coming.
quiet in the night, walk up in that dude's house, and then surprise, you're in a fight.
I guess all the people they pirated probably feel that way, right? So
Yeah.
hard to be too sympathetic.
These are pirates. I mean, this is the best time where we can, Mavis can feel good about sneaking in and then just ambushing people.
What I didn't
One
do is
time.
I didn't make a map for the manor, or for the Lord Commander's manor.
Yeah,
But-
Did we
Kinda
once
already
again
know the
derail
way.
your
I
plans?
I can regurgitate an old map. That's fine.
All right. All right.
True to form, we have messed up his plans.
Yes.
well, he probably planned on us just doing our normal routine. Go in, piss everybody off, take what we want, but no one ever expected us to knock
Right.
and use logic and stuff.
We were gonna have to fight that ghost, weren't we?
If we
No.
acted wrong.
I'm glad for that. Seems better than
Yeah.
I thought.
Gary.
Mhm.
On castle.
So this will work as the Lord Commander's manor. And well, it doesn't matter for that. I don't need to do that. So, I mean, the doors are not locked. I mean, why would they be? It's his fort, right?
Yeah.
Probably don't need to lock the doors in your own castle. So what are you guys doing?
I think we're just going to open the door and go inside and try to find the Lord Commander.
So the description of this place is that this is a raised structure, and so the manor sits up off the ground on a stone brick foundation about 10 feet. And there's stairs that go up to the double doors, and originally these double doors were like a highly polished hardwood, and the interior, the floors, the beams on the ceiling were all polished. It's probably not that nice now. But there is, of course, in here there's a large dining hall with a fire pit, kind of like in the style of almost like a Viking longhouse. And this entry hall, of course, there's a small tower here and back here that go up to guard towers. Guard towers here, and then in the back here there is stairs that lead down into their vault, and then there's a audience chamber, not necessarily a throne room because it's not like the emperor is going to tolerate that kind of crap. But where Borman had kind of messed with the pirate king before, Lord Valius Garum was back here in the audience chamber.
Is he in there today?
Well,
We're just going to kind of go right in through the front door, I guess.
okay.
I'll look for traps as I'm heading up that way.
You don't find any traps, but he's not in here.
I know where his bedroom is because he took his little bride in there or
Yeah,
whatever.
his bedroom is back here.
I guess y'all want to go look in his bedroom?
Can we poke around in it, I guess? What, are we gonna find the keys? Like, I guess, I don't know. We might find the guy though, huh? Lead the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go to his bedroom.
Yeah.
See if he's in there.
And indeed he is. And I miss some of the old tokens because they're just better.
He might not even be armored up. He might be in bed. But oh, he's probably going to be ready to fight because
Well, let's find out. He is
Next
surprised.
time on.
He is surprised. Or, I mean, you guys are invisible, but he's going to notice that the door opens.
Have the cat come through first. Mira pawed the door open, and that should scare the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's going to be a cause
You
for
gotta
concern.
be much more afraid of a random large cat coming into my room than a person.
oh hell yeah, me too.
La, 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 what the
Yep.
Getting ready for bed. Next thing you know, some giant,
Shit.
like, magical cat comes in your room. You're like,
So
right,
everybody
I'm in.
can roll initiative.
Foreman would start out closer to the door.
Yeah, because
He
you
was
you checked
led
your
the
traps.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we're only going with one person, I'm not going to use the vengeance sword.
Well, if he attacks you, you'll still get an extra attack.
True.
And you already get an extra attack. So,
Okay, fine. I'll use the vengeance sword. We'll give it a try this fight.
or use whatever you want, but you still get an extra
Oh, yeah.
attack. Yeah. Because
I'll give it a try.
everybody likes to attack a couple of times. Makes you feel a little frisky.
Well then,
Yeah,
And
you're all
double
hasted
movement.
too, so
Yeah.
This room is tiny, so it's gonna be really hard for everybody to get in.
How long can he stand up to our run in and start doing 2 attacks? Especially with the sneak attacks. Ooh.
So yes, he is surprised seeing Mira paw the door open. Borman, what would you like to do?
Foreman is going to go over here and is going to introduce himself
Okay.
with a backstab. 22 to hit.
That hits.
And so 7 plus 2 is 9 times 2 is 18.
Ouch. So Borman backstabs him.
And then Borman will take his second attack
Ooh.
and miss terribly.
Wow.
Borman gets all excited and falls prone, trips and falls prone in front of Valius Garum. What does Mira want to do?
Mira will use. I imagine. How tall is this room?
10 feet. And there's a stairwell
Okay,
that
so
goes
not
up
super-
to the. This is like the. It's a two-part room. The stairs go up to where the bed is, and then this down here is a sitting area in front of the fireplace.
Okay, cool. Mira will do kind of a jump over him to like behind him
Okay.
while he's thrown off by the fact that he's getting attacked. Because why not attack from behind? That sounds more fun.
Right.
And then she will do her 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Just 2 straight D20s. Does a 10 or 16 hit? And
That
she
goes
is that go
14.
14.
Yeah.
Jesus.
AC 4, right?
Yeah, both of those hit.
Hell yeah. All right, that's 4d4. Aw, could have
So
been better.
Mira slaps him around with her tentacles and kills him.
Oh shit.
Wow. Well, that was easy.
Borman will get up quickly and be like, yeah, that was a distraction.
So the first thing, this guy on him, you're going to want to hang on to this. There's a +1 shield.
Okay?
What's Peppermint Shield currently?
I think she's
plus
got
That's
+2.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a potion of control giants.
That's
Mm,
Laura stuff does that. She's the potioneer.
yeah, not.
I think everyone that uses a shield is already using a +1 shield, am I right? Or better?
or higher, yeah.
He's wearing a ring of control animals.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Isn't that ranger shit?
Remember,
No,
you can
no,
only
but
wear
Ranger
2
wanna
rings
use
at a
magic.
time.
Yeah.
But would a ranger want to use a magical ring like that to control an animal?
Hmm? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was armed with a short sword of quickness +2.
That didn't help
Does that
much.
give extra attacks? Is that what that does?
Let's see what that does.
I bet it makes her initiative good.
Yeah. Wielder always strikes first in the round.
And that's not nearly as good as the Stealing Souls ability.
No.
Yeah.
No. All right. If no one wants it, +2 short sword of quickness goes in the bag.
Bad.
He also on his belt had a ring on his belt is a +1 mace.
Okay.
And then that was just what he was carrying. And then since this is his bedroom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls on table F. Who wants to make the first roll?
That's obviously not me. First roll goes to the guy that had us all invisible.
Oh well,
Nope.
that sucked.
Nothing on that one.
Now, did someone take the +1 mace?
I did not.
Okay, I'm putting
No.
it in the bag. Someone else can roll.
A third. Wow, that's pretty good. 30. In this room, he has 1,000 platinum pieces.
Got it.
Man, and he was just like, "Oh shit, dead."
Yeah. Essentially, yes.
Excuse me.
Hold on, I need to.
I assume that's nothing.
No, it isn't. Hold on. I need to. God damn it. Shit. Here it is. Five. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. So 55 was nothing.
My turn again. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
39.
Is nothing. Oh, no, that's not true. 39 is something. 3,000 gold pieces.
Got it.
How many rolls was it total?
7.
Yeah. So all right, then both y'all got to roll it. Yeah.
That's nothing.
And then Brian's got to roll.
And that is nothing.
Damn. Last roll goes to you, sir.
All right. Oh, that's not the right thing. That sucked. 88.
Yeah, no, that's nothing.
Yeah. All right.
Still, that's a good chunk of XP.
Yeah. Well, the dude is dead.
Yes, you have killed the pirate king that is currently in control of Fort Weimer. Now, this manor.
Does he have a secret stash in his room? Because I feel like they always have a secret stash in his room.
That was his secret stash. His rolls.
Oh.
So, I mean, the only there are no guards in the manor because, I mean, it's his fort. Why would there be? So, I mean, they don't expect anybody to attack them. So, where are you going from here? Is the question.
We have to go make sure there's nothing in his vault, even if I hit it before.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's a vault there, and we're morally obligated to make sure that there's nothing dangerous there.
Right.
The next people might come in.
So most of it has already been picked over from you.
Yeah.
But in the time that you have been gone, there is. You do find 6 gems worth 50 gold pieces each.
Got it.
And you find another 300 gold pieces.
Cool.
300 gold.
Yeah, it's not really a new property if it has somebody else's treasure cluttering it up. We have to clean it up just to be good custodians.
We're just doing our due diligence as housekeeping.
Yeah, we would not want to do. I guess if this place is kind of done out. I mean, I don't know about exploring this whole shit. We've only got so long of haste. You know what I mean? do you guys want to go take on the guards and just eradicate them, or do you want to try to go fuck the catapults up, or just go take the boat and go?
Maybe we
Are we
should
just
put
trying to
the
destroy everything, or are we trying to take over?
maybe we should try and put the main guy's head on a pike or something so that
Hell,
everybody knows he's dead when we go places. I don't know.
love
That's
it.
an idea.
Now, so
When
is
did our
there?
cleric get so cutthroat?
Yeah. Well, we
I
will.
was like, I don't know which character said that. Maybe
Yeah.
okay. Maybe Alora said that.
We'll cut
Okay.
his head off,
Okay.
and and Borman will hold it up by its hair like Medusa.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we run into anybody, they'll know the biggest, baddest guy got shot
Yeah.
by them.
Yanked. Yeah.
Um,
So
And a whole bunch of the party's still invisible. So, I mean,
that's true.
Oh wow!
So are you just walking out into the courtyard holding his head up? Is that
yeah, gonna
Okay.
walk out with his head held high, yelling out, I'm not invisible. So,
right?
yeah, I'll take that off. Yelling out, come out here, you dirty bastards. There's a new leader in town, and you're gonna be interested to meet me before I meet you.
Okay. Go ahead and
Arr. Yeah.
you want to make a charisma, a charisma ability check. Oh shit! Yeah, you smoked that. So you come out and in the night holding this guy's head up, proclaiming that there's a new leader, and a bunch of the not a bunch, like there are 8 pirates that are currently living in the fort. And they kind of come out of the guard houses and out of the guest house, and a couple of them are looking down from the towers here, and they are all pretty much awed that their leader has been killed. But being pirates, this isn't really that odd. Change in leadership like this sometimes happens, and they're all fairly accepting of the fact that you're now the new pirate lord of Fort Weimar.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And I'm going to
Let's take
tell
that
them,
boat.
yeah, I'm going to tell them we're fixing to take the boat, and I want everybody in the castle to go down to the beach and tell the people there that the leadership has changed, and they should expect to make more money now than when they did. As I've taken your money twice, I can assure you that you are not good at this thievery stuff.
Okay, so and I don't remember if anybody else saw it, but this is the Seaport Cave. Now, the only problem with your idea or your plan, I mean, yes, you can take the ship. That's not in question. This is a war galley, and war galleys so a galley generally is used to they sail fairly close to the shore. They're not really designed for open sea travel. Galleys stay fairly close to the coastline.
Love it.
In a lot of cases, they're able to go upriver. They actually have oars and whatnot. But the problem is that this is a war galley, and war galleys have a pretty deep draft. It's probably not going to make it. It wouldn't be able to make it up the Indian River. The Indian River is just simply not deep enough for it. There are trade ships and whatnot that occasionally go up the Indian River. because it is well known that Drizzt Lake does have a fairly robust trade. Where are my vehicles? There they are, water vessels. So a war galley.
Well, that's disappointing.
Uh,
Everything was
Yeah.
going great. We found out that we got the wrong part from the auto parts store.
yeah, this is
I really had a feeling this was going to happen too. I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to go up the river with this.
it.
Well,
It is good for coastal water. Yeah, it has a draft of 6 feet. So it's going to have a problem going up that river.
well, I mean, it'll get us to the mouth of the river,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you've now got a crew. These
Yeah,
these pirates will operate the boat for you.
They've got to
yeah.
have some smaller vessel besides this one, right?
Basically rowboats. I mean, most
There's
of,
another. Yeah, there was another boat maybe on the coastline there at the pier.
yeah, but it is a sailing ship as well, and it is a, let's see, where is it? Yeah, it's got a draft of 8 feet, so it's not going to be able
It's
to.
even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this will get us to the mouth of the thing. If you want to take that, it still gives us something big, neat, and flashy. I mean,
Oh, agreed completely.
yeah.
So
You gotta be careful, guys.
So then the question is: are you setting sail immediately, or do you want to investigate Elkmere Manor in the High District, or what do you want to do?
I want to get the artifact, or the gear.
Main quest hunting. That's what it's looking like. We're going to the fucking check out the Savannah Forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Brian has an objection he wants to voice.
No,
I mean,
I'm good with that. Like, we're
Yeah.
doing main questing.
getting on the big
Yes.
boat, the head of the guy that drives the boat named Al now. And big gay boat ride.
The big gay
Okay.
boat ride.
Hi guys.
The best time.
Yeah, I'm big gay Al. Let's go on a boat ride.
I see no objections to be made.
Yeah. While we're sailing, everybody can work on the new flag. We can make it a Braunhaven flag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It could be our ship.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, except they're gonna do a bunch of pirate shit after we leave with it. Maybe we shouldn't put our names on it.
Are we just going to tell them to go be a pirate? Or are we going to tell them that they're...
I think unless we stay and supervise, that's what they're gonna do. I'm pretty sure.
They'll go pirate.
we could charm them.
Yeah, that's true. We could
So,
for
I
a
mean,
while.
yeah. I don't know. It's neat to have the boat. Maybe we'll figure it out. If we lose the boat, whatever. It's not like we
Yeah,
bought
that's
it.
true. Yeah, that's true. You got it for like 2 attacks or 3, something like that.
Yeah, and some talking,
And sneaking about.
Look, if it means that we don't have to fucking slowly go off to a new area, that we were here, we fucked everything up, and now we're gone, sounds like a great thing to me. That's the mystique of our party.
So this is the Sylvanus Forest hex map. So the Indian River, there's actually the West Fork and the East Fork. This, of course, is the East Fork being the larger of the two. Since you can't go up those rivers. probably drop you off somewhere in the middle. Now,
Sounds good to me.
hold on here. As you're sailing, and they're or as you're sailing and they are dropping you off, the sailors are they bring up that they're quite surprised that you're going to go into the Salvanus forest. And the reason that they're the reason that they're surprised by that is because of the dangers of the Salvanus forest itself. So, and they kind of tell you some things. So the first thing to know about the Salvanus forest is that, well, I mean, you don't have any elves in your party, and a lot of people that go into the Salvanus forest are never seen again. And it is well known that the only people that can really accurately navigate the forest are the elves, and some fey creatures. And the reason for that is that the Salvanus forest was actually created when during the Reckoning, when the Fey realm touched the Prime Plane, and so it is a very magical place. And much like the Fey realm, the Salvanus forest, the landscape can actually shift, and and so if you're traveling down a path, it may shift, and when you look behind you, the path is gone. There is no more path, and so it's very easy to get lost in here. So that can lead to people getting lost in the forest.
Understood. We'll tell them we're coming in here to get a lot of fucking. We're here to take their fucking gold. And so
the other thing that can happen is that sometimes portals to the Fey realm just appear, or I mean, not appear. You might step accidentally into a portal that will transport you to the Fey realm for a short period of time, where you will then accidentally step through a portal that puts you back. The problem is that when it puts you back, it may not be in the same spot that you were when you left, so your party can sometimes become separated.
Understood.
I think we need a big ass rope that we all hang on to.
Yeah.
Tie everybody together.
We do have magic rope, but I'm thinking if we were to meet the elves, this would be the place to do it.
Yes, their capital city is somewhere in this forest.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm willing to bet that if we just start, if we stay on the outside, maybe we can look for signs and try to communicate. I mean, or do you think we should go into the woods and brave the dangers?
Let me see. Can I fly up over the forest and use Eyes of the Eagle to try and see where things are, or is it covered too?
Yeah, you can fly over the forest.
Okay.
I know
Can I see
each one of these hexes is 6 miles.
Oh, geez. That's a ways then. Wow, that's a huge forest. I could probably tell that there's a big river running through it, but probably not a ton else than flying up high.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we should try to make it to the river, follow the river from the Dragon Sea.
Think the big
them?
river or the little river?
Either one, I guess. We could just.
Yeah, because we're going up the big river.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll follow the big river, and we'll hold hands, I guess. We'll keep together.
Yeah.
So that means you can move 2 of these hexes per day. Or if you're hasting, are you going to haste the party?
Yeah.
No, I mean I think we ought to take our time and and go along. I mean, unless someone has a different idea, but
Mhm.
All right.
if we're gonna get into it with elves, I want to cast haste when we're gonna fight.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's all. I mean,
So, as you, for the first day that you travel up the river, the landscape does indeed shift, but you don't get really lost because you're staying to the bank of the river, and you looking behind you, you are not able to discern that you where you were traveling before. Aside from the fact that you're traveling along the banks of the river. Um, this other map.
we got triggered.
I imagine, short of magical tracking, it's not going to be much use here.
Uh, no, not a whole lot. Because of the shifting nature of the landscape.
Right.
But you are able to camp for the night, and nothing disturbs you. The next day. So the next day, you are able to journey, and you kind of veer off and in towards the forest, and you find something. Need yet another map.
Map within a map within a map.
Yes.
In Maption.
Ah, damn it. Try this again. Okay, good. No, that is not what I want.
Might have been. Well, we'd have missed out on some experience and treasure, maybe. We'd almost been better just to ask him to teleport us to Castle Braun.
And
It's too late now. I mean,
yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Oh, God damn it. Sometimes I hate Roll20. Okay, so.
that tower looks nice and peaceful.
So, you kind of, because of the shifting nature of the landscape, You kind of veered off, trying to get around something in the along the banks of the river, and you do end up getting a bit lost in the forest, and you come into this area that is of the forest. You note that the forest is covered in webs. 3. Yeah.
Man, it's like
And
we're cursed with
yeah,
spiders.
right. There's webs all over the place, and you can see that there are
Are we on foot or are we riding animals at all? Like horses or anything?
I think we're on foot.
yeah, you're on foot. But you can smell sweetly scented wildflowers in the air, and of course Alora and Jackson would know that these are actually fey wildflowers. Everybody needs to make a save versus death, or in this case, save versus poison.
I did good.
So who made it?
Borman and Malachi made it.
Okay.
Neither Jackson nor Dantry made it, but Mira did.
Okay.
Peppermint and Mavis made it.
Okay. So Alora, Jackson, and Dentry all gain a +1 bonus. You get a euphoric morale boost, and you all gain a +1 bonus to attacks for the next turn for 10 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
Helpful thing.
From the scent of these wildflowers.
Maybe we should dry these wildflowers up and sell them when we get out of here.
You also note that there are these strange alien-looking ferns that are quite large, and they have these creeping vines that spread out across the forest floor. Every character needs to roll a d6.
I like that idea of gathering some of these flowers after this fight, by the way. I have a feeling we're about to get in a fight.
Got a 5, a 6, and a 1.
Okay.
Or 2 and 3.
And a 5 and a 6.
Who got the 1?
Peppermint.
So Peppermint is surprised. Hold on. Forgot what I was looking for here. See if there is. Oh my god. Adobe. Swear to God. There is a pretty good picture. I will use it. So crawling along the ground as you are in here, the reason why Peppermint got surprised, you see this crawling around on the ground.
Ooh.
It is a nettle skull spider. Here. A spider. So the nettle skull spider is not really a spider. It is a plant that will implant spores, and these spores will slowly turn the well, they'll kill the character over time, and they will spread to the brain and decapitate the corpse, and then grow these fronds out of the skull, and then it creeps around looking for another one in order to propagate itself. And so that is the issue with these. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Everybody can roll initiative.
Would Jackson have seen these things before?
Possibly, yes.
I have made an intelligence check to see if there's any additional information about them that I would know.
No.
Like lighting it on fire spreads the spores and we all die or something.
No.
Like that other plant.
Yes. He has the witherweed. Light it on fire and fucking kill everybody. Jackson, Dentry, and Mira.
Yep. Dentry is going to keep using that super slow sword, so I'm 1. And Mira got a 5.
Okay. All right, Borman. What do you want to do?
Borman's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20 feet right here and try to do that backstab
Okay.
that he loves to do so much.
Backstab.
Does a 16 hit? That'll hit AC 1.
Yes, it does. And with a backstab, you might just kill it outright.
I don't know. 3 times 2 is 6.
Okay, so you backstab him, and you get a good hit. It does not kill him outright. What does Malachi want to do?
Malachi's going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay, go and roll your damage. Ain't no save for the magic missiles. 1d6 plus 1 for each.
It's 12 points of damage. There's 3 missiles.
So it's 1d6 plus 1 though. So
Oh,
that's actually 15 points of damage. And so
okay.
yeah, that blows up the nettle skull spider. But from further north, draws the attention of a widow creeper, an 8-foot tall black widow formed from leaves. We'll use the cartoony one, why not?
There are lots of planty spider creatures.
Hmm.
Yes.
Pretty-
This
Pretty
one
terrible.
is much bigger and more dangerous. We can go ahead and use the same initiative. And we will pick this up next week with Mira's turn. But let me give out some XP. You guys actually got a lot of XP for how little combat we did. Divided by-
Well, especially if we got get out of jail free XP for not having to kill Tasadantilis.
Right, yeah, and you did. So everybody gets 1,650 XP. I don't know if anybody leveled up.
No, I'm
No.
getting closer, but not yet.
Just do a
No.
little bit better every week. All right, so we'll pick this up next week at 12 o'clock on Saturday with you guys continuing to explore the Drow Tower, and
Yeah, that was fun.
we'll start in combat. So, yeah, it'll be Mira's turn next week.
Wait, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. I will see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks. Good night.
You too.
You.